Hi guys, it's Rusty. As you can see, I got my voice back. I can talk again.
Oh, and just point out.
Yeah, the trache's gone, feeding tube's gone. I went and had a PET scan, and it went from thighs to the top of my head. No cancer, so
Woo!
I beat it. I was beginning to wonder, but I beat it. I'm back working on the fireplace again.
And explain. I'm here too, guys, but I'm behind the camera today because I haven't felt well, so I just don't want to be on camera today. So I'll talk, but I'm not going to show myself. We bought a propane stove, right, Rusty?
Yeah.
It's a propane stove, so obviously we have to run gas. And as you can see, I think we've already shown you guys that he built this skeleton framework here.
We showed him the frame.
Yeah, we showed you the frame. And today, he got that part of the gas, I guess.
Yeah, I got the gas line ran from here to the outside.
Which is just that little bit of... How far was that, Rusty, you ran it?
10 foot.
10 foot.
I've got to move the tank over and run the underground line to it still yet, but I'm getting this part done so I can start working on the fireplace again.
But Rusty, it's only October and it's still 98 degrees outside in Oklahoma.
But that could change overnight in Oklahoma.
This is true.
It could be 98 today and 30 degrees tomorrow.
For those who don't know, who are not from Oklahoma, generally in Oklahoma, it seems like it'll be hot, hot, hot. And then Halloween night, you better dress your kids in a parka, because if they want to go trick-or-treating for some reason in Oklahoma, that always seems to be the first night that it turns deathly cold. Am I right?
Yeah.
Pretty much on that?
Pretty much Halloween.
I think last year it fell a week early.
It depends when the last Little League football game is.
Yeah.
Because it never fails to fall deathly cold the last Little League ball game that there is. Unless they go to state. And then it's cold then too. But
How do we know that?
it's because we had kids in Little League football.
And how many times did we sit out in the freezing ice? Sometimes it would even rain ice. But, okay, moving on the stove. Oh, do you want to, you want to take the camera and show them the mantle?
Actually, I'm pulling the mantle down.
Oh, okay.
Because I need to put my braces in that I don't have in yet.
Should we explain to him that we had a plan A, and then we decided to make a plan B and Y, and now we're back to plan A? You want to explain to him?
Okay, plan A, we was going to get us a slab and put up here.
A live edge slab.
A live edge slab. But we couldn't find one that was under... I think the cheapest we found was $150.
It's closer to 200, I think, for that size.
It was only like 1 inch thick. It wasn't very thick at all. And it would just barely cover it. So then we decided we was just going to pour a concrete slab and then do the coating like we did on the kitchen counter.
I'll plug it in here, guys, so you can see. Hopefully I don't forget to do that.
Take out the drop.
Yeah, take out my drop. I dropped the phone.
But then we decided, then we went to the Amish auction about
2 hours,
70
2.5
miles.
I think it's further than that. It's about
90,
it's a good 2 hours to get there.
About 90 miles, or maybe a little further. But we went to the Amish auction, and they had slabs that were thick like we were wanting them. And big ones.
And thick.
Now this one, since she got up and showed it to you, I was going to lay it down on its side because I got to get it out of the way.
I don't want to get up today. So
this slab, you're probably looking at it saying, oh, it ain't wide enough. Because we got brick going on here. It's going to stick out.
Yeah, we'll have to get a piece of the rock and show them some of the rock that we're going to do.
we got rock that's going on here, and it'll stick out about 2.5 inches.
Plus, we have what, about a 1/4 inch of.
Plus, I got a 1/4 inch plus the wire, so
Yeah.
you're probably looking at 3 inches. That the face of the rock will be sticking out. What we're going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to rip it down the middle, and then I'm going to turn these 2 live edges in towards each other, and I'm going to square it up towards it's the right length and the right width, and then the gap in between this live edge and this live edge, because I'll roll them opposite whereas they're facing each other. In between those, I'll have it laying on some flat plywood. We're going to backfill it with some blue epoxy and do like a, where it looks like a river. And then we'll clear coat the whole thing after we do the
river part.
river part.
Right.
And then it'll be ready to set back up there. But for right now, it's kind of in the way. I'm just going to set it to the side for right now. And so I can put my braces in. I don't have any braces in the center. It's only braced on the ends. I'm going to put a brace on this one and this one so the front of the fireplace doesn't give. To shore it up a little bit more. It's good and solid now, but
it's going to be pretty heavy when we put all that rock on it,
Yeah.
too, isn't it?
well, the rock's actually fairly light. But
Do you want to
by the
go grab a
time-
piece and show them a
Yeah, I
piece or
do.
two of it? The
I do.
rock, y'all, we special ordered the rock from a rock company that makes it, so it's concrete, I guess, but it's not natural rock, I should say. I can't say it's not real rock. I don't know what I don't think you would call it faux rock, but it is kind of faux rock because it's made out of concrete. But we told him we wanted a black. I'll just put a picture of what we ordered right here, and then he's bringing a couple of pieces in for you guys to see what we actually got. So I'm not real sure I'm happy with the rock. Of course, it's on a big old huge pallet, so maybe when we get deeper into the pallet, there'll be more darker pieces, but it wasn't supposed to be this light, so I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I'm sure I will. It ought to be okay. But see, it's actually, is it concrete they make that out of, Rusty?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's made out of concrete, so it's not like a plastic or a fiberglass or anything like that. So it is heavy,
Well,
but
and this will be more of a
it's not natural rock.
this will be more of a brown. When we scrub it up, there's a bunch of concrete that's been spilt on it
Oh, really?
that makes it look gray.
Yeah, I can see that.
We'll wash it with a real coarse. Once we get it up and it dries, the mortar dries, we'll take a real heavy, stiff brush and scrub it and clean all this off.
Yeah, and hey guys, let me know in the comments below what you think, if we should throw some polyurethane on that to give it a shiny look, or if we should just leave it that natural matte finish that it comes in. Because I haven't decided, and I can't decide, and you know, that's something if I do it, I can't undo it. I mean, you're never gonna sand all of that stuff off of that rock. So anyway, Rusty went out to go take that rock back outside. So you guys, we've gotten moved in the house. We're so comfortable here. We absolutely love our house. We're so excited. Oh, that rock, okay, is also going to go on the front of the island over there to kind of blend the kitchen, since as you can obviously tell, the kitchen and living room are right here on top of each other pretty much. So we're going to put that, we bought enough of the rock to also rock the front of that. And then I have the beams ready to go in that will go on the edging of that island too. But we're kind of waiting to get the rock on there. And then Rusty's still got to do something with that plug-in. As you can see, it's a big hot mess at the end down there. So So yeah, we're still waiting to do that. The bathtub's not been installed yet. The island's not quite finished yet. The fireplace is not finished yet. I think that's a majority of what is not finished. And let's see what Rusty's doing here. He's always got something. Do you need me to hold something? Besides the camera for all these people? Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I need to nail it, but I...
See how pretty that wood is, though? It is so pretty. We love it. So Rusty's trake's been out for a month? 5 weeks? Something like that. 5 or 6 weeks now. And you guys, he's doing really well, but before he got his trach out, he's probably going to need me to come hold this again. Before he got his trach out, he couldn't cut this concrete board. He wasn't allowed to do that kind of stuff. It's too dusty with the trach in. So now that his trach is finally healed, that's kind of why he's back on this project. Because these other 2 pieces of concrete board he put up, those didn't have to be cut at all. So he was able to put those up, but he couldn't put any more up because he couldn't cut it. And he was gonna get our son to come down and cut it for him, but you know, it just didn't work out, and we weren't really ready for it. He hasn't had time. We really weren't in that big of a hurry for it because, you know, it's been over 100 degrees in Oklahoma. But we do know it's October. The cold weather's coming. And we've had an extremely dry, hot summer. So if you're wondering, these mini splits, this one's the 36,000 BTU. He's noisy, huh? And the one in our bedroom is 18,000 BTU, I think, is what we end up putting in there. And you guys, we've been very, very comfortable all summer. As hot as it's been, we've been perfectly comfortable and cool enough. So if you're wondering about the mini split, I'd say do it. Save yourself the money. Unless you just want central heat and air. And I get it. Some people want central heat and air. But if you're thinking a window unit versus a mini split, don't do the window unit. Those don't last very long at all. Yeah, the window units, though, just don't waste your money on that. It really is just a waste. It might only be $300 or $500 right now, but for, you know, $1,000 total, you can get you a nice mini split, and just about anybody can install it. If you don't think you can, find a friend. I bet a friend can do it. So, just saying. Anything else that we've done, Rusty, that we haven't showed anybody recently? We haven't done a video in quite a while.
We haven't really done much.
We haven't done. Okay, but what are we fixing to start doing?
We showed them your sewing room.
The sewing room.
And that's the last thing we actually did.
And that is about the last thing. You've done a lot in your garage organizing, but we'll probably do a whole video and let Rusty show you guys what he did to organize a small space. Because his garage is not that big. It's barely big enough to put a very, very small car in there if you wanted to, but that's not what we're using it for.
Can't even do that with one.
It has, no, but it has a garage door so that you could bring a lawnmower in, a four-wheeler. We bought our side-by-side.
Four-wheelers, side by side, it's tight, but
it'll fit, yeah. So, but yeah, Rusty's been organizing his garage. He's feeling really good now. As you can tell, he's put some weight back on. He's put about 30 pounds at least, maybe 35. I don't know, Rusty. What do you weigh now?
181 is what I weigh.
Okay, so you've put about 30 pounds back on. So And he says he's feeling really good. You had cataract surgery since everyone saw you last.
Yeah, I just I have to have my readers, but I don't need
regular
glasses anymore. But I've got some shades that I wear because since I've had that surgery, I've noticed that
light sensitivity.
yeah, a little bit. And I don't know if it's just because I started wearing shades whenever I was having my eyes dilated all that time, and I just got used to having shades, or what. But
Now, tell everyone why you had to have cataract surgery, because you're only, what are you now? You're 61 this year. He just turned 61 in May. So tell everybody why you had to have premature cataract surgery.
Well, the chemo treatment and the radiation treatments that I've
No,
had,
just chemo.
just the chemo.
That's what the
Well,
doctor
in
said.
between the two of them, it gives you all kinds of problems. I've had blood clots in my legs, in my lungs. My throat was burnt so bad it swelled shut. That's the reason I had to have the trach. And another feeding tube. But yeah, the treatments for the cancer caused all these other problems that I had.
And one of those problems is
Cataracts.
Cataracts. We didn't know it. All of a sudden, one day, he just said, "Sherry, I can't see anymore. I really can't see anything." And he got so bad that even he wouldn't drive anymore. And it wasn't me taking the car keys away from him. It was just him saying, "I don't want to drive. I can't see." And so we took him, when we went to see the oncologist, she said, "Oh, you probably got cataracts because chemo does that." So she said, just go to your regular eye doctor. He'll understand. He knows what chemo can do to the eyes. And as soon as we told the eye doctor, looked at his chart, which is our regular eye doctor, but as soon as he saw that he had all that chemo, he said, "Oh, you probably have cataracts." So it's a very well-known issue with chemo that all the doctors know about, but it was not in any of the paperwork that, hey, you might get cataracts. So if you get cataracts and you've been through chemo treatment, you may get premature cataracts. But the surgery, Rusty, how hard was that?
Oh, it wasn't nothing.
It's a piece of cake, wasn't
The
it?
hardest thing, and I'm real eye sensitive. I cannot stand drops, dust, anything in my eyes, hair, anything. It just drives me nuts. And Sherry had fun trying to get the drops in my eyes before I blinked them closed because
Blinked him. He was holding them tightly closed. I'm like, "Rusty, do you know your eyes are closed? You got to open your eyes if you want these drops." And he didn't even realize he was clenching his eyes closed so hard. So, but we got through it. I think we're about done with all the cataract stuff. And the trach is out. So now he's able to get back in hot tubs and water again, which means
starting next month in
December, month after next.
month after next. Yeah, this is October. In December, we've got a cruise that we're going on, 7-day cruise
With our kids.
with our kids. There'll be me and Sherry, my granddaughter, my oldest boy, my youngest boy, and Thomas, his husband.
Daughter-in-law doesn't get to go.
Yeah, daughter-in-law doesn't get to go. She's got to work. But in December we're doing that trip, and then in February, me and Sherry's going on another trip, cruise. We will get on. It starts in
January 27th.
the end of January. We go on a 5-day cruise. And then we come back, get off that ship, walk to the next ship next door, get on it, and go for another 7 days. So it's a back-to-back. It's 2 different ships,
I think they call it a side to side.
side to side.
Yeah, instead of back to back is the same ship. Side to side is changing ships. That's what I read.
But then we go on that one, and then we got another one scheduled for August.
Yes. And we're probably going to schedule
So-
something in between February and August. Because, you know what, guys? When you fight the fight with stage 4 cancer and you beat odds that, you know, even the doctors are amazed that he's recovered because, you know, they're like, yeah, you had a 30% chance of recovery. And now he's completely in remission, no cancer at all present anywhere in him. So you know what? Life is short. We're going to enjoy it. And we've decided that we don't care. We're just going to enjoy it. We're going to do what we want to do when we want to do it. And as long as Carnival will keep sending us free rooms to go take a cruise, we're probably going to take them up on most of those offers, even though it's a 10-hour drive just to get to the port. But we don't mind. It's actually supposed to be 8 hours, but it takes us 10. We can't do it in under 10. We like
We gotta
Buc-ee's.
stop at Buc-ee's.
We like Buc-ee's, and we only do 3 stops the whole way, but all 3 of them are at Buc-ee's, and all 3 of them we probably spend 30 minutes to an hour at each one of them. So, yeah, that's why it takes us at least 10 hours. Sometimes it takes us 12 to get down there, but we don't care. So,
But I kind of figure as much as I went through, and there's some of it, there's about 4 weeks that I don't remember anything, and then there's a couple more that it was real cloudy and fuzzy of things that happened. I don't even really remember when I was in ICU in Tulsa.
look at the camera.
I don't really remember any of that.
That was getting your trach in, right?
That's when they put the trach in.
Yeah.
That's when I got down to 150 pounds.
Yeah. 148 to 152. We had a couple of different weigh-ins but yeah, 150.
I went through that period not really. Only thing I know about is what people have told me since then.
It's hard for me because I'll be like, yeah, remember when blah blah blah, and he'll be like, no, I don't remember that. So that's what I'm here for, to remind him, I guess. Hey, tell him what we're doing. What are we celebrating in February?
Oh, our February back-to-back cruise is celebrating our 40th anniversary.
And we're so happy we get to celebrate our 40 years together now, huh? Because there for a little while we weren't sure we were going to make it to 40. But we did. And not because we were having issues, because, you know, we fight just like any other couple, obviously. But, you know, like we've never thought about splitting up. But we just wasn't sure Rusty was going to make it to celebrate 40 years. So, anyways, but we did, and we are, and we're going to be there. So that's another thing. If you guys want us to video record our cruises, I guess we could. So just let us know if you're interested in that or not. We've done a couple of cruises, and we did do a little bit of video. We don't do a lot because it's really hard to video cruises when you're trying to enjoy the cruise. But we'll be happy. We'll post some. I mean, we don't mind doing some. And we are going to a couple of new places. So just let us know if you're interested. If so, we'll video. We're going to be on the Jubilee in December. We're going to be on the Breeze and Jubilee in January, February. And August will be on the Jubilee. That's just how it turns out. And the Jubilee is the new Carnival gigantic ship that's been dedicated to Texas. So it ought to be fun because we are definitely, you know, redneck, country kind of people here. So,
all kinds
and
of
it's supposed to be country music.
Food on it.
Yeah.
Country music.
Yeah, Cajun food. So, yeah, it ought to be fun. But Yeah, we'll record that if you guys want to see what we're doing then and there. So we'll be happy to record some. Okay. Anyways, this is the job we're working on, and I will try to show you guys bits and pieces as we go along, working on this and getting it done, so that we will have some extra heat this winter in case we need it. Because
well, the thing about the split units, there's
they're a
about
heat
2
pump.
weeks in Oklahoma weather that they don't work their best.
And that's because they're a heat pump
And that's
instead of...
they're a heat pump. And they don't work real good when it gets down below zero. And we usually have like 2 weeks that it'll get down to that. Usually an ice storm comes in right before it. It knocks the power out anyhow. And so when the power's out, we'll still have heat.
Yeah,
We'll have the gas.
And we told them this is going to be propane ran. We don't have natural gas
this
where we
is
live.
propane. Now the heat pumps, one we had at the other house, the way I got it to work in the wintertime is I built a hut around the outside unit. And made it towards the heat off of it, kept it warm. Put a vent on the top so it vent out some of it, so because it's got to get air. So you got to make it to where it'll vent some. But yet it kept its own heat in there, and it worked good after I built the hut around it. And it didn't give us any fits. And I could do that on these too.
Well, and we can't have a wood stove anymore.
Yeah, I can't have a wood stove because
And that's what we really
they said
prefer.
it'd be hard on my throat and everything because I've got so much scar tissue from the cancer. And they said the smoke could be hard on it. And could cause cancer to form back up again too. So.
But the doctors did say that propane, natural gas, electric, any of those kind of heat fireplaces would be perfectly okay. So that's what we're going with, is gas. Because we really, really enjoy our fireplace, don't we, hon?
Yeah.
We really do. So anyways, so this is going to be a big project, but we'll eventually get it done. We're hoping that we can get our son to come and put the rock on here for us because he's done it before. But if he doesn't have time, then we're going to do it ourselves and make it work. So, okay, well, let's end this here. We'll post this video because we're up to around 15 to 16 minutes already.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, so we'll end this video here, and then maybe in the next few days to a week or so, we'll have some more to post.
Probably the next few days.
Yeah, and I might let you guys see me on the next
I plan on
one.
putting the hardy board up and the wire up and
Oh, okay.
building the box around the TV bracket.
Yeah, we're going to have to pull that TV down for a little bit too, aren't we?
I think we can pull it out.
And it'll be okay. Oh, okay. To get the board up there.
Now, when we go to do the rock,
Yeah,
We'll
we'll pull it down because we don't want mortar stuff all over our TV. So,
to putting the hardy board up, wire up, I think I can just pull it out
okay.
enough to get to it.
Okay. So there you have it, guys. That's what we're working on now. And if we ever get a chance to get the guys to figure out how to get our bathtub up here, we'll show you guys on that too. We'll just make that a separate video. Okay, Rusty, you want to tell everybody?
See ya.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on RNS Life After 55.